There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of slapping a pumpkin you grew yourself. And trust me, the bigger they get, the more satisfying that slap becomes. But here's what most people don't realize. If you want a massive pumpkin ready for Halloween, you can't just plant whenever you feel like it. Asterisk, I'm talking about pumpkins so huge they stop traffic, so impressive your neighbors will think you made a deal with the garden gods. Whether you want one monster showstopper or several impressive giants for carving, this complete guide will turn your pumpkin patch into the neighborhood legend. And stick around until the end. I'll show you the harvest secrets that separate amateur growers from the pros who grow true giants. Here's where most people mess up completely: timing. They think about pumpkins in October and try to plant in late summer. That's like training for a marathon the week before the race. Massive pumpkins need 100 to 120 days to reach their full potential. Count backwards from Halloween. That means you need to plant between late May and early July, right in the heart of summer when pumpkins are the last thing on your mind. But here's why summer planting creates monsters. Pumpkins absolutely love heat during their growing phase. They need soil temperatures consistently above 65 degrees Fahrenheit and thrive in those long, hot summer days. This extended growing season in optimal conditions is exactly what transforms ordinary pumpkins into neighborhood legends. Listen, you can't plant a compact car seed and expect a monster truck. If you want massive, you absolutely must start with champion genetics. For true giants that can hit 100 plus pounds, Atlantic Giant is your heavyweight champion. This variety holds world records for a reason. Big Max is another powerhouse that consistently produces 50 to 100 pound monsters with proper care. Now, there are beautiful varieties like White Lumina and Blue Gerardale, Classic, Howden for carving. These are fantastic for their purposes. But if your goal is to dominate the neighborhood pumpkin game, stick with the giants. Their genetic potential is simply unmatched. Now, here is pro tip for you. Plant multiple varieties with different maturation times. This gives you insurance against failure and different sizes for different purposes. Giants for showing off, mediums for carving. Imagine trying to raise an elephant in a closet. It's not happening. Massive pumpkins need massive space and perfect conditions. Sun. These are sun worshippers that need minimum 8 hours of direct sunlight daily. Full sun is absolutely non-negotiable for giant size. Space. Here's what shocks people. A single giant pumpkin vine can sprawl across 50 to 100 square feet. That's the size of a small bedroom per plant. Don't try to cram them. Plant at garden edges and let vines run into unused areas, along fences, over compost piles, even into grassy areas you're willing to sacrifice. Super soil. These are the hungriest plants you'll ever grow. Before planting, work 4 to 6 inches of compost into your planting area. This isn't optional. It's the foundation that supports massive growth. Asterisk, here's where most pumpkin growers fail completely. Nutrition. Massive pumpkins are like bodybuilders. They need massive amounts of the right fuel at the right time. Early growth phase. When vines are rapidly expanding, focus on nitrogen-rich fertilizer. You're building the highway system that will support your giant later. Fruiting phase. Once flowers appear, switch to high phosphorus and potassium fertilizer. These are critical for fruit development and size. Secret weapon. Continuously top dress with chunky, partially decomposed compost every 3 to 4 weeks. As it breaks down, it provides steady nutrition, like in 4 drip for your monster pumpkin. For true giants, many growers add liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks. Emulsion or fish compost tea work excellently. The key is consistency. These plants need steady nutrition throughout their entire growing cycle. Now we get into the advanced secrets that create true giants. Most people let vines grow wild, but if you want massive size, you need to direct every ounce of the plant's energy. Strategic pruning. Remove all tertiary vines, those growing off secondary branches. These are energy thieves that rarely produce quality fruit. The hard choice. Once you have several baby pumpkins, choose your absolute best one and remove all others. Yes, it seems wasteful, but one 80-pound pumpkin is far more impressive than 5 15-pound ones. Pro secret. Vine burying. Here's a technique most growers don't know. As your vines grow, bury sections every few feet, leaving leaves exposed. This creates multiple root systems along the vine. dramatically increasing nutrient uptake. It's like building a superhighway directly to your chosen pumpkin. This technique alone can increase final size by 30 to 50% because you're essentially turning one plant into multiple feeding stations. As your pumpkin grows into a neighborhood sensation, it becomes a target. But daily vigilance is your best defense. Powdery mildew. Those white patches on leaves are common but manageable. Improve air circulation, water at the base only, and use organic fungicide if severe. Squash bugs. These are your real enemies. Check leaf undersides daily for copper-colored egg clusters. Simply scrape them off. Prevention is everything vine borers. Look for wilting and sawdust like frass at stem bases. Row covers early in the season help prevent them. If you find them, you may need to surgically remove them from stems. Daily scouting takes just minutes but protects weeks of growth. The earlier you catch problems, the easier they are to solve. We're in the home stretch. Massive pumpkins are over 90% water, so your watering strategy directly impacts final size. Water for size. Provide 1 to 2 inches weekly through deep, slow watering at the base. During peak growth spurts and hot weather, they might need even more. A moisture meter becomes your best friend here. Pro tip: apply 4 to 6 inches of mulch around plants to retain moisture and regulate soil temperature. This creates the perfect growing environment for giants. Asterisk Halloween timing. Most giants need their full 100 to 120 days, so don't rush. But start watching for harvest signs about 2 weeks before Halloween to ensure perfect timing. Knowing exactly when to harvest separates successful growers from those whose pumpkins rot before Halloween. There are several reliable indicators that work together. The stem test. Your most reliable indicator. The stem should be dry, corky, and woody, not soft and green. Look for natural cracking where it connects to the fruit. Field spot check. The area touching the ground should be creamy yellow to light orange, never white or green. The thump test. Give it a firm knock. A ripe, massive pumpkin produces a deep, hollow sound like a drum. Color confirmation. Deep, uniform orange with skin hard enough that you can't puncture it with your fingernail. Harvest method. Always cut the stem with clean pruning shears, leaving 2 to 3 inches attached. Never pull from the vine. This stem acts as a cork preventing bacteria entry. There you have it. The complete blueprint for growing massive pumpkins that'll be ready to dominate Halloween. This isn't just about luck. It's about strategic variety selection, perfect timing, optimal nutrition, advanced techniques, and consistent care. Remember, start thinking about Halloween pumpkins in summer. Choose giant genetics. Give them space and sun. Feed them like champions. Use advanced techniques like vine burying, and watch for perfect harvest indicators. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest pumpkin you've ever grown? Are you ready to try for a massive one this year? Drop your pumpkin goals in the comments below. If this video inspired you to grow your own neighborhood legend, smash that like button, subscribe for more advanced gardening secrets, and share this with anyone who dreams of growing giants. Thanks for watching, and remember, every massive pumpkin starts with a single seed and the right knowledge. Now go create your Halloween masterpiece.